Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel where we talk everything and anything SEO and lately as well AI related. We've got some amazing guests lately explaining how AI works. And because this is very popular and I am being asked to do more, today we are talking, should businesses optimize for ChatGPT search? Yes, I get a lot of questions about should we be visible, and if yes, how? So here is the big idea behind this video, explaining traditional SEO versus ChatGPT. Let's be honest, if you are doing good SEO, you are already ticking 90% of the boxes of optimization for any LLMs. There are tiny differences that enhance your SEO work and make it better and make it easier for, let's say, ChatGPT to find you as a source. And we're going to be talking about this 90% what we're already doing good and this 10% that can help you do it better. The main thing here is that in traditional SEO, we rank pages, and in ChatGPT, we give answers. Okay? And this is the main difference, and this is the thing we're going to discover how to do better. How are we going to do that? Here is a small summary. But of course, I have lots of slides, so stay with me. In traditional SEO, we have got the user intent, right? User searches in Google. Let's say we stick with Google, obviously. We still optimize for Google mainly. Google shows the list of pages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we do our best as SEOs to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? For the keywords. So we do the content, the technical, the links, the internal links. We make sure it's not sitting on orphan pages. We give it our best shot to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. User loves the result because our title and meta descriptions just matches exactly what he's looking for. They click on the result and they go to our page. And then hopefully they like what they see and they somehow interact with it, ideally buy our product and convert however we need them to convert. ChatGPT is different. ChatGPT doesn't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ChatGPT has answers. So user asks a question. I don't know, how to trim nails for cats. ChatGPT searches, finds multiple sources, and then compiles all of the information and give you an answer right there. Doesn't send you anywhere else. So there's a huge difference here, right? Which means that our content needs to be a little bit more question answer. Cannot be just, let's say for H1 we would do best cybersecurity tools or cybersecurity threats. That would be our H1. And it would work for SEO because, that's how SEO works. We try to put the most valuable keywords on the top in H1 and we put it in title and then we hope we rank with that. For ChatGPT, we would still use the cybersecurity. However, we would ask the question that we want to answer with this page. For example, is two-step verification enough for cybersecurity? And yes, I did exactly that. I copied this question, I put it in ChatGPT, and I wanted to know what ChatGPT tells me because it's the question and I want the answer. Two-step verification is one of the most effective security measures available to individuals. So how you protect, for example, your email. But it is not enough by itself to complete cybersecurity. So now you know it is good, it is not good enough for cybersecurity. Simple question, very simple, straightforward answer, not a huge essay, okay? This is what it is. Yes, it helps. Not is not enough. And I know by now. And of course, then ChatGPT continued, and there was quite a lot of information about cybersecurity and gave me more, and I could follow up, ask me, is this enough? Do you like the answer? Do you need to explain something more? So point number 1, and probably the most important one, keep in mind question, answer, question, answer. Keep in mind the bluff, because bottom line upfront wins, right? So if you're optimizing the website, you want to summarize the most important information that you want to be cited for, that you want your page to be about on top. Why? Because of the token economy, as Michal said in his podcast this week earlier. If your page gives the answer to AI crawler for 100 tokens and your competitors content is optimized in a way that it costs them 1,000 tokens, you're winning. This is the new crawl budget. So you're winning. They can find the answer fast and cheap, and they can cite you. They can say that, okay, this is a good one, I'm going to use it. So this is the main thing that you should keep in mind. And let's go through the rest. You need to build a topical authority. Of course, answering one question with 3 lines of a text is not going to be enough. It's still going to be thin content. So you need to create a whole cluster on what you want to be an authority known for. So if you are doing cybersecurity, you need to become authority on cybersecurity. You need to create what is phishing, what is malware, what is two-way verification, how it works, what is password security, all of this, okay? Not just one page, not just one simple answer. And now tell me, how is this different to what we're doing in SEO for years? It is not. We are trying to become an authority on anything we talk about. If we are talking about cybersecurity, then we are doing everything to be an authority on that, from on page to off page. If we are trying to talk about cats, then we're trying to do that, right? Simple as that. There is no change here. Add experience and expertise. Now, this is a little bit different. I don't mean the classical EAT. EAT is important for your AI visibility if you are going for AI overviews. This is where the AI still thinks of EAT as being a very important thing. However, for ChatGPT, the basic principles of EAT do not apply. They don't really care about it because they've got different algorithms they're aligning with Bing, and the EAT is just simply not that strong there. When I talk here about experience and expertise, I'm talking about real examples, numbers, statistics, experience, opinions. Okay, so something that is easy to cite and prove as universally known truth, as Michal used in his podcast. Water boils at this temperature. Water freezes at this temperature. It's universally known truth. Then, of course, there are differences based on altitude, but this is the truth. 100 degrees, 0 degrees. End of story. So I gave you an example here. During a phishing simulation involving 500 employees, 18% clicked the malicious link. This is gold. So let's say you are selling an educational product about phishing. And then you publish an article saying you work with this company. There was 500 employees. And before your training, 18% click the malicious links. Now you can involve the industry, you can involve the seniority of people that clicked the 18%. And then you can write about how this number, your education program was over. This would be gold because this is from your own experience. It gives real data and it gives really, really good things, which are numbers. We all love those. So if you can provide this, if you can provide tables with data, if you can provide original research, ChatGPT will love you. Use structured content. H1, H2, H3, bullet points, answers, questions, definitions. Hello, I'm just talking about SEO here, right? It's no difference. We need to have a very good structure for SEO. And if the structure is good, it helps AI. So we have got passage ranker in Google. That's a patent that talks about how page should be optimized, how certain parts of a pages can rank on their own. I published a video about it previously. So if you are not familiar, please visit that video. I will link it in the comments. But there is no difference to AI. They like the structure too. And now, of course, this is that we talked about quite a lot, technical accessibility. So technical SEO is a basis for SEO and it's a basis for AI. If your content is not crawlable, it's not rankable. So if you are blocking bots from coming to your site for Google, you're not going to appear in Google. Same applies to AI. If you are blocking scrapers and bots for ChatGPT, you're not going to be visible in ChatGPT. You're not, because you're not allowing yourself to be visible there. And for some strange reason, we love blocking all of the AI that was ever created and that will be created in the next 5 years. It's like a sport. Oh my goodness, there's an AI. They're going to scrape our website. Let's block them immediately in our bots, right? And then I have customers asking, why am I not visible here? And I look at the robots files like, yeah, you're blocking it. And the first argument is like, yeah, we don't want to unblock that. Then you cannot be visible in ChatGPT. So make yourself accessible. As well, all of the other rules of SEO apply here. Are your pages fast or slow? Are you using internal links? Is your page easy to crawl? Is your content hidden in iframes? Are you using structured data? Are you mobile friendly? Again, I'm asking the question, how is this different to any SEO that you have ever done if you are doing good SEO? Schema markup. Of course, schema markup is gold because it organizes the data and it tells, for example, Google, this is an article, this is a review, this is a product. So it helps understand the category of what we're looking at. I'm not saying it's going to help you massively to rank. We know it doesn't. But because it's organized, it's easier for the crawlers to understand what they're looking at. Same principles apply for AI. Keep in mind, FAQs were removed. FAQs are dead. And become a source elsewhere. This is a little bit different because when we have our website in SEO, we give it all the love, right? We invest all of the time and money to the websites that are making us money. So we polish the text, we increase the technical SEO, we try to make sure it's perfect, we watch our crawl budget, we create links, we do internal links, and we just keep loving that website. And we're trying to get those into 1 to 3 links, of course. For AI is a little bit different. Of course, you want to have a good website, basic principles of SEO we just talked about. However, you want to be everywhere else because ChatGPT doesn't cite just one place. As I told you in the beginning, you ask a question, ChatGPT goes around the web, try to find answers, and then from all of this information, they create an answer and then give you the answer and then give you the sources. So more visible you are, bigger chance you're going to be recommended as a source. Your brand will be more visible. Your brand will gain more recognition. So this is what you really want to do. You want to be in industry publication. You want to write research papers. You want to join podcasts. Join me for podcast if you have a great topic. I would love to have you. And yes, I will give you links and mentions and everything in the description so you get something back from it. You want to be featured in interviews and new coverage. Of course you do. Maybe you as a person because you're building personal brand. Maybe you as a brand because you're building brand recognition and brand trust. So please keep that in mind. And yes, it is a little bit time costly and sometimes financial if you are doing paid publications, but it is worthy. So if you are doing AI, keep that in mind and create a citation-worthy content. I first time heard the citation-worthy content from Alida Solis in the Majestic Book 2026. And it struck me that this is, be worthy of the citation is earn the link, right? We really try in SEO to create content that is linkable. It does not always work. We all know the problems with that, but we try because sometimes the PR campaigns work and we get links because we wrote about something amazing and we go viral. Citation is exactly the same. You try to create a content that the AI would love. They're not going to give you a link, but they're going to cite you or they're going to, mention you. So that's really, really, really good. Again, same principles as we talked about. Create a great content. Right? Step-by-step guides, original data. We already talked about it. Now, here is a little bit of summary side by side because I'm a Virgo and I love doing those. So for traditional SEO, it is the keyword, it is ranking, backlinks, clicks, pages, and we concentrate on search volume. Not necessarily the most important thing. This is what we generally do. ChatGPT's questions, citation, authority, mentions, answers, and user intent. So it is a little bit different, but the principles of optimizing to get there are basically the same. Please keep in mind the risk and limitations. AI can hallucinate. Of course it can. Humans can hallucinate. How many times you made a mistake? I mean, guilty as charged 1,000,000 times, right? So don't just blame AI. AI is trained on us. So if we hallucinate, they're going to hallucinate. So always, always, always check the content that AI provides you. Make sure that it doesn't contain mistakes. If it does, fix it if it's coming from your website. It might misattribute the source. It happens. And we still don't know how sorry about it, how it works, right? It's not really transparent. And as well, nothing new here. The optimization techniques evolve. I'm in SEO for 16 years. I cannot tell you how many times I heard SEO is dead. In the end, it never died. It's a zombie of our marketing channels. It just evolves. Sometimes we concentrate more on links, on how many we get. Then we get links, only quality. Then we do skyscraper method. Then we don't do skyscraper method. And you need to change your optimization according to how things are changing. Same with AI. Once again, nothing new. But just what I want you to remember, so the ultimate 2026 ChatGPT optimization checklist: questions and answers. Write concise definitions, concise, small, to the point, not 300-word essay on a very simple answer organization. Create topical content clusters. Publish original research. Use clear headings and clear structure. Use schema markup because it's good for you. Make content crawlable. Check your robots now. Build authority outside of your website. Be visible in podcasts. Go to interviews. Talk about your brand. Scream and shout how amazing your products are. Include statistics and examples. We already talked about it, how many people clicked on the malicious link. Keep that in mind. And continue investing in traditional SEO because, as you saw, 90% of the optimization here is traditional SEO. Last one I would like to add: keep learning, keep testing, keep trying what's working, because what works in 2026 probably will not work completely great in 2027. So we will need to evolve. We will need to change what we're doing. Thank you for being with me.
If you got value from this video and want direct access to us, weekly calls, training, and the latest SEO updates, and a community of people operating at this level, click the link in the description to join the boardroom. We'll see you inside.